Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Sujit Patra, Ekdam Real Estates. We have discussed what are the benefits in real estates and what are the checkpoints while availing the home loans. So today we will discuss about the new concept REITs. REITs is Real Estate Investment Trust. So it is a one method of investment in the real estate sectors. So generally in India, as per our mindset, we invest in the real estate segment, whether it is a residential or commercial or it is a mix of both. But that requires a large capital, large equity also on our part to invest in any real estate properties, because that will requires a lifetime investment. The other way of investing in real estate is that we have to purchase some stocks or the shares of listed entities in the real estate sectors, just like Lodha, Oberoi, Prestige. So there are many listed entities in the real estate sectors. The other way is the REITs. So REITs came into India in 2019, though it came in up late, but in United States it has come for a long time, and in other countries also it has come for a long time. But in India it comes in 2019, and in India there are only three listed REITs, like Embassy Office Park, then Mindspace Business Park, then Brookfield India. So there are three REITs listed in REITs as per SEBI in India. So we'll discuss about the REITs features. So REITs, the here if you see the here the REITs, the investor purchases the shares. The REITs is the entity which owns and manages the properties. So here the basic structure is that the investor purchases shares of REIT, and the REIT in turn buys income generating properties. So you will see here the REITs will invest that shares investment in the uh, for generating properties, and they will ultimately earn rental income from those properties, and in turn they will give this in the form of dividend to the investors. So that is the basic structure of REIT. So if you see here, these are the investors. These are the retail investors, sometimes the corporate investors. We can also invest in the REIT also by investing 10,000. Now it has been reduced to 10,000. Even 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, small amount we can invest in the REITs. So the REITs will uses money to buy and manages real estate properties in these malls, office space, warehouses, hotels, and in apartments, and they will utilize this for generating rental income, and ultimately they will distribute the 90% of profit in the form of dividend to the investors. What is a REIT? REIT is this owns, manages, lease and finance investment grade commercial real estate. So they manages, lease and finance investment grade commercial real estate, and at least 75% of asset must be real estate property, and 75% of gross income must come from real estate, and the dividends, at least 90% of dividend must be distributed to the shareholders in the form of dividend. But this equity REITs derive revenue primarily from the rental income, because there are different types of REIT which we'll discuss in my next slide. So there are different types of REIT. So the basic and the common structure of REIT is equity REIT. That means they will invest and the investor will buy in the form of equity. And there the other one is the retail REIT. So they will, the investor amount will be invested in the retail asset only. The other is that healthcare REIT. That means it will be used in the healthcare sectors only, hospitals, nursing homes. And the last fourth one is the residential REIT. The residential REIT is that it will be used in the apartment in the residential sectors. So we'll discuss about the structure of REIT. What is the structure? So it starts with the REIT or the sponsor. Generally, the sponsors are the real estate developers. They owns and manages the properties, and they will give to a trustee. The trustee manages the properties, and the trustee in turn will give it to the REIT manager. The REIT manager, generally they are the private companies, or generally they are the companies of the sponsor only. So they will manage the property. It will be commercial or residential or healthcare sectors, and ultimately they will distribute the dividend to the unit holders who buys the units. So what are the benefits of REIT? Why will use or purchase units in the form of REIT? So basically, as we have already discussed, generally don't require any major lump sum capitals. It with a small investment you can purchase units and you can invest in the bigger assets. So that means we do not require much capital. That is the major advantages in REIT. The second advantage is this: it is regulated. It is well regulated. It is well regulated by SEBI, because SEBI is the controlling body of REIT, and it is easy to invest. You can purchase this REIT through like our normal stocks, normal purchases through stock exchanges. We can purchase from BSE, NSE, and it is a low liquidity risk. It gives us low liquidity risk because the risk factor is very less here, because we get a regular income, and the managers, they generate sufficient income with having less risks, and it has having maintained transparency, because through demand account only we operate and purchase these units from the REIT. So definitely it maintains transparency, and it gives a higher dividend also, because in the commercial sector there is a demand, good demand, so it generally gives a high dividend. So these are all the benefits of the REIT, but making it a success and giving more rent, since the rental income varies from location to locations, so it requires a incentives in the form of taxation benefits from the government to make it a success. So we have discussed many things about REIT. If you consider and like my this video, please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you.